Welcome to this walkthrough of the Qden system by Full Stack Consulting. We built out the educator part of the Qden system. As you can see on our first page, we have a little animation right here that plays that really just draws the user in right from the start. Here you can enter your login information and sign in, but before we do that, we are going to navigate to the sign up page. So as you can see, we have our logo again. You enter first name, last name, username, password, all of this information. And then once you agree to terms and policies, you register. Your account is then sent to one of the counselors at the school who will approve or disapprove of your account. And then once it is approved, you will be able to sign in as an educator at that school. We're going to go back to the sign in page. See the animation play again, and we're gonna go ahead and log in. As you can see, if you try to sign in at this point, there's an error. We see that we have to have our password in there, and if you try to sign in without a user selected, you also are not allowed to do that. You have to put your educator information in. Now we can sign in. And the first thing that the educator sees when they sign in, we're working with Pam here today, are these three pieces of information that are all clickable. These are the most important pieces of information, the most important for the educator to see when they first log in. As you can see, it's students who need workplace experience, seniors who need workplace experience, and then days until graduation, which is currently showing our days until graduation. On this Tableau sheet, the teacher can decide which sheets they would like to look at. You can see which students have experience and which students do not. These are also clickable. If we fill those back in, it will recalibrate the sheet. And that is about it for the home page. We're going to navigate to the student dashboard now. On the student dashboard, we see a list of all students. There are three icons over on this side. There's Send Opportunity, Endorse a Student, and Send a Message to a Student. All of the students have some analytic information over here that essentially indicates to the educator the amount of experience that the student has, their activity on the site, and if the student has been endorsed for any particular skills yet. If a student hasn't been endorsed for a skill, like Florence up here, it shows up in a red 0, which we decided to implement just to make sure that if an educator is looking at their list of students, they can immediately see who needs some help, who needs some encouragement, getting out into the workplace to have that experience, or getting out into like other educational opportunities to have those experiences before they graduate. We also implemented the X for the same reason. We're going to go ahead and navigate into a student profile right now, and as that loads, okay, so right off the top you can see the image, name, identifying information up here, and you see again these three icons. We're going to come back to those, but first we're going to click and see that we can see Florence's resume. She happened to upload it to the site, and so we can see it right from here. We have sort of a progress bar in this area that also sort of shows immediately very important information that the educator needs to know. We can see Florence's activity, enter previously suggested opportunities. As she gains endorsements, which she doesn't have any endorsements yet, but we're going to fix that in a second, she will get Qden recommended experiences. So let's go ahead and give Florence an endorsement. Let's say that I saw her doing a project and I thought that she had great time management skills. We're going to go ahead and endorse her for time management. Click endorse. Wait for that to load. And now that we have that endorsement there, we see a bunch of Qden recommended experiences. These experiences are recommended specifically because Florence was endorsed for this skill. So because we did this, Qden is showing us a bunch of opportunities that would be good for Florence. So why don't we go ahead and send her one of these opportunities. So we'll go ahead and click send. when we want to send Florence an opportunity, we can add a message to it. Go ahead and send that. So now we've sent Florence an opportunity. There's one more thing that we can do to interact with students, and that is send a message. So we're going to click that. And we will send a message to Florence. Hit send. And we will see that we have sent her a message. Now we're going to go to Workplace Experiences. This dashboard functions similarly to the student dashboard. We only have the send opportunity icon here. We do have important information listed in the grid view, including date posted, application deadline, and internship. We have some filters that we can filter by, such as if we only want to look at volunteering opportunities. We can apply that and see all of the volunteering opportunities here. If we click into this link, it will bring us to the informational page for this Mercy House Donation Assistant volunteering opportunity. Gives us even more information, gives us a description of the experience, recommends us students based on the requirements for this volunteer opportunity, and also shows us the students that have already applied to the opportunity. Now on to colleges. The college dashboard has a similar grid view. We have an interactive visualization of our locations across this grid view right here on this map. Same setup as the other grid views. Important information is listed here, and then if we want to dive a little bit deeper, we can navigate into the college profile and see school description, some promotional information such as videos, and also see which students have applied and the status of their application, and then also the student decision once they make that decision. Moving on to technical schools. Here we have our dashboard. Again, we have an interactive map, and we can move into the technical school profile to see more information about it. Again, we have a general school description, application information, as well as promotional information, like this video right here. In the scholarship dashboard, we see relevant information listed in the grid view, and then we can navigate into our scholarship profile and see again that important information, descriptions, recommended students, and student applications. Going to events. On the events dashboard, we have our informational grid view, as well as a clickable calendar view. Up here, you can see that we can invite an event host from outside the system. So if somebody hasn't used Queued In yet, you can invite them to join the system and create an event. We can also filter by certain events. If we filter by virtual, we see that all virtual events are listed. And if we navigate to a virtual event, we can see the event dashboard. Again, we have an interactive map. We can mark ourselves as attending this event. So here we are down here, along with Sarah Pierce. Pam Drake is down here. And then an interesting thing that we've built into our system is also the video conference feature. So in the video conference feature, you can invite a guest to join a video conference. So I'm going to say that I want this person to come in and talk to my class about biology. So I'm going to send them an invitation. We set up this information beforehand. And so we're going to start the video chat. We can see that our invitation was sent, and there we are. Hello. So there we are on the screen. And then we sent this person a code that they could use to enter into the video chat. So they are going to log in using that code. Click Join Web Conference. Click to start video chat. And there I am. So this is our video conferencing option. You can bring someone in from outside to speak to your classroom. And basically what this does is it allows professionals to have an influence in the classroom, even if they are sort of geographically unable to make it to the classroom, or if the people in the classroom aren't able to make it all the way out to where the professionals work. We're going to go ahead and end this video conference now. Leave meeting. And that is our video conferencing feature. We're very excited about that. Okay. Next we have messaging. As you can see, we have a messaging system right here. We sent a message to Florence earlier, and you can see that we're asking her if we saw the opportunity that was sent to her. She hasn't responded to us yet, so we're just going to make sure she got it. And press send. And I'm sure she'll get back to us when she's not busy. Lastly, we have the help page. So the help page includes all of these videos that we put into the system using a YouTube API. This means that we can update these videos later and add more as the need arises. But for now, we have videos such as this one that talk about how to sign in and also take the user around the educator dashboard and explain how to use it. Each of these videos is about 2 minutes long, quite short, but thorough in explaining how to use the system so that teachers don't feel like they have no idea how to use it. Lastly, let's take a look at our educator account. So if we go to the account, we can see our educator info up here, including a profile picture, name, things such as that. We can see educator interests, the opportunities that we've sent. As you can see, we've sent a finance intern position to Florence Kargenvin earlier. And we can also see endorsements that we've sent. As you can see, time management to Florence Kargenvin, which we sent a little bit earlier. We have these little drop downs that allow us to specify when we would like to be looking. So all time, past week, month, and year. Next, we can navigate to the edit portion. And this allows the educator to change certain parts of their account information. So they can upload a different profile picture if they want to. If they would like to change their name, they can also do that. So if Pam wants to go by Pamela from now on. Here we can see Florence's interests. These are important because earlier in events, as we saw, there was a type of event called a suggested event. These events are served to educators dependent on which interests they indicate. So depending on which interests are lined up here, the queued-in system will show educators which events they might be more interested in. We're going to go ahead and save that information. If there was any new information or new interaction that had happened on the site, it would show up in our notifications bell right here in our drop-down. But there's not. So we are going to conclude this walkthrough of the queued-in system. Thank you so much for watching.